As the battle rages on in the Middle East, here at home, there's been a noticeable rise in anti-Semitism. In a hearing on Capitol Hill last week, FBI Director Christopher Wray told lawmakers, quote, that the Jewish community is targeted by extremists across the spectrum, adding, this is a threat that is reaching, in some ways, sort of historic levels. And that rise has been seen across the country, including on college campuses, where on Tuesday, a student at Cornell University was charged with posting threats to kill or injure Jewish students. And there's also been a spike in Islamophobia, with the Council on American Islamic Relations saying it has received 774 reports of bias incidents and requests for help from Muslims across the U.S. since the Israel-Hamas war began. Joining me now, Jonathan Greenblatt, CEO and National Director of the Anti-Defamation League. Jonathan, thank you very much for being here live on set for the Sunday show. According to your organization's latest report, there's been a stunning 388% rise in anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. since the October 7th Hamas terrorist attack in Israel. How do you account for such an increase?
Well, look, first of all, I would just say, I mean, this is an incredibly difficult time. I really appreciated Josh's reporting on the front end. I have family in Ashdod right now who are telling us overnight about the rockets and missiles coming from Gaza that they saw the Iron Dome taking out. So every Israeli right now is under a kind of mortal threat, which I don't think we often see, but it's real. I mean, they literally saw explosions overnight in their backyard. Now, with respect to the anti-Semitism here, Jonathan, all forms of hate are a problem, and I can't speak to CARE's data. They report complaints, but we verify everything that we report, and we've seen a 388% increase in the 3-week period after the massacre on October the 7th versus last year. These are acts of harassment, vandalism, violence. You mentioned the situation at Cornell, the student who was threatening to slit the throats of Jewish men, rape Jewish women, and go shoot up the kosher dining hall at Cornell. But we've also seen situations where a student's dorm room was set on fire at Drexel University in Philadelphia. We've had physical altercations affecting Jewish students at Harvard University. We've seen a wave of this all over the country.
I mean, Jonathan, you have been on our air, MSNBC's air, seemingly endlessly, meaning like for more than a year, talking about the rise of anti-Semitism. And then after October 7th, it just seems like...
exploded.
Right. Things have exploded. Where it's gone beyond, and pardon this sort of run-of-the-mill anti-Semitism, to what we're talking about with this student at Cornell. Does it speak to a rot that is within our society?
Jonathan, I'm so glad you asked the question.
Switches can be flipped like that.
And you have covered this so well, like over the last few years, actually. But specifically, you're right, anti-Semitism has been intensifying and increasing. We've seen it normalize from the far right and from the hard left. And so when something like this happens in the Middle East, then there's an explosion here. And yet, there is a kind of moral rot at our universities. Presidents and leaders didn't step in early on. And so, you know, anti-Israel students felt like it was fair game to target and victimize Jews. In the public spaces as well, we have seen vandalism and attacks on what they're calling Zionist businesses, Jonathan. So I'm not talking about, you know, stores producing IDF T-shirts. I'm talking about a coffee shop on Long Island, an ice cream parlor in the Bay Area, a restaurant in Chicago. Now, again, they're being vandalized with Free Palestine, right, or things like that. Like, it is not okay under any circumstances to harass people because of their ethnicity or their faith. And it is disgusting and repulsive to target, quote, Jewish businesses because you don't like what's happening in the Middle East. And I say this as the grandson of a Holocaust survivor whose barbershop was vandalized and destroyed by the Nazis in Germany. So I can't even believe this is happening in our country today.
You mentioned the phrase "Free Palestine," and there was a huge demonstrations around the country, but huge demonstration here in Washington. What do you say to people who have enormous sympathy for you, for Israelis, and for the families of the victims of the terrorist attack, but also went to the demonstration yesterday, marching for free Palestine. Is it possible to have? I'm struggling to find the words.
These are super fair questions, right? I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Look, we should mourn the lives of all the innocents who were killed. The 1,400 Israelis who were butchered and mutilated, the innocent Palestinian children who are dying now. Like, that is a tragedy. And we need to have the moral clarity to recognize that. And at the same time, the moral clarity to say, why are we in this situation? We should free Palestine from Hamas. This thing could end tomorrow if they would return the hostages and they would simply say, we're ready to negotiate a peace deal with Israel. Put down their arms. Literally, we call for a ceasefire. We should just call for a surrender and return of the hostages, and this would end like that. But the Hamas spokespeople have said they want to repeat October the 7th again and again and again. So free Palestine, yes. Free it from Hamas. Make them willing to live alongside a Jewish state. And Jonathan, we wouldn't have this issue at all. But I think too many don't realize what's the root cause of this. And again, the root cause is an Islamic radical or terror organization that doesn't believe Jews have the right to live there. When you say free Palestine from the river to the sea, again, I believe in a two-state solution. But that phrase is an annihilationist phrase which means no Jews. And that is not okay in any circumstances, whether it's a Palestinian saying it or an Israeli saying it. Again, these people, they don't want a two-state solution, Jonathan, or even a one-state. They want a one-state solution. They're calling about a final solution. And that's not okay.
And a final solution has really horrific historical roots. And and I agree with you. You cannot be a believer in a two-state solution if the mantra from the river to the sea is coming out of your mouth. Jonathan Greenblatt, I really appreciate you coming,
Thank you.
As always, to the show. But you made a specific effort to be here on set with me, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you much. I appreciate it too.